This is Allie.
And this is David.
And you're listening to
For the Culture.
I tell them take a picture, man. It'll last longer. Hit the gas on them. Hit a dance on them. Take no chance on them. Get the cash on them. Flip it fast on them. Take off the mask on them. Show the world who you are.
What's going on, people? It's your boy D. Linson. We're coming back at you again with For the Culture. And Allie is no longer with us, y'all. She moved back to the States and she will be with us again one day, but just not today. So today with me, I have two amazing co-hosts with me today. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you instead of me trying to tell you everything that they do because the list would be so long. So I'm going to let them kind of shut it down a little bit and just say what they want to say. So we are going to start with who?
I'm Theda. I'm currently serving in the Air Force, and I'm interested in possibly starting a podcast of my own.
Well, what's going on, Theda? And now we also have Miss
Petra. I am living in Germany, and I own a Second Chance Life Coaching, and I do events and things of that nature. And I'm also interested in possibly doing a podcast.
So they're going to be on M.E.C.C.A Entertainment as well with their own personal podcast along with For the Culture, which y'all need to go follow all the podcasts on there. But for today, like I said, we haven't been here in a while. It's been so long. and people are really getting mad at us for how long it's been. So what we're going to do today is try to work it out to where we get some of the new topics that are out right now and then pulled away from some of the older ones. So what's been going on in the world today, y'all?
A lot.
A lot
is going on.
Let's start with Aretha Franklin. Her passing, may she rest in peace.
Yeah.
I think that really hit our community really hard.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah, definitely. I know, I know my household, we grew up listening to Aretha Franklin on Sunday mornings when your mom makes you clean the whole entire house and then put some respect in her name.
We used to do a little bit of Aretha Franklin in my house. Now, my dad was a big funk fan too, so we had a lot of funk in ours too. So, Graham Central Station and stuff like that. But Aretha was in the playlist. So.
She was definitely part of that, and it's crazy because you see all of these stars that we grow up listening to who are now passing, and it's like part of your childhood.
Yeah.
It's like those memories are like forever. Like, oh my goodness, like Michael Jackson, Aretha Franklin, Prince,
right.
all those.
I feel like you're getting old.
Hold on, like
it's definitely not easy to say goodbye to the greats, and then like it's another thing when this new generation doesn't even acknowledge, or not acknowledge, but they don't recognize who these people are, what they did for the culture, what they did for music, what they did for like sound, like. So it's definitely not easy saying bye. I know my grandmother, I was raised by my grandmother. She told me she wanted to be Aretha Franklin. She didn't succeed at that, but so we listened to Aretha a lot in my house growing up.
Right, but see, we have this whole new wave of artists coming out, and a lot of them that I really like. There's a lot of people I really like. I hate when people say that music is dead right now and that there's no real good artists out, because there are. You just gotta search for them.
You gotta find them. Yeah,
right. It's not gonna be everybody you see on MTV, on BET, on all these different stations. It's gonna be something you might find in a playlist that you just happen across.
Right. And like Apple has like the bomb playlist. I have like urban throwback.
Spotify.
Apple,
I'm sorry.
I'm Spotify.
Before anything though, Tidal is where I would be. I love Tidal. Jay-Z, shout out to Jay-Z, but
I don't know about paying for Tidal.
I can't pay for Tidal.
I know.
I don't got Tidal money.
Right. I was like, I did the 30 the free trial, and I was like, I don't know if I could part with all this money a month.
Well, I can't say I did get a 6-month free subscription for going to the concert. So
okay.
I might just set.
You better hop on it for sure. For 6 months, I think Sprint is giving out 6 months,
right?
Also,
Sprint is
because they have they're like.
So how much is Tidal every month?
So for the way I listen to music, I love music.
Yeah.
So and I'm a musician, so I have to hear it in this best quality. Highest quality for Tidal is around $30 a month.
Yeah, I think it's like $29.99. I was
Spotify.
Yeah, I like Apple Music. I'm an Apple girl. I like it simple, so I like my little playlist. But back to what you were saying, we can definitely find music these days.
Yeah,
you just have to. You just gotta know what you're looking for. Plus, there are artists that are actually standing for something. So with Aretha Franklin, like she had such a huge following. What she stood for was deep. What she stood for was really, really, really deep. So, and that's why we're gonna feel her loss a lot.
We are, but again, we haven't heard from Aretha Franklin in a long time. So,
but I grew up listening to her.
She knows to do.
We're not gonna feel her. We're still growing up to the things that we still listen to the things that we grew up to.
Right.
It's not like we're waiting on new music to come out from Aretha
true.
Franklin. Now, if someone who is out right now were to pass, and we just see their whole future not being able to be there,
Like Aaliyah?
Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Because Aaliyah had 2 albums? I think?
Yeah, and she was like, what, 23?
She was so young. She was like, she was so
she didn't even
young.
start.
So there was all that stuff that potential that we no longer get to see.
That we didn't see. That's
we got
true.
to see Aretha Franklin break down walls. We got to see her who top charts, but with Aaliyah, she topped some charts, but
we didn't know what she
was capable of. Yeah, what she
like
could have done.
Tupac and that's true. That's true. That's a good point. But I still
cut short.
So we always get to love the music that Aretha Franklin put out. Shout out to Aretha Franklin. May you rest in peace and your family. And we sorry that Fox News did that to you.
No, that's not even okay. Listen, you put Patti LaBelle's face. Like, what are we even doing here? Like, who is behind? Who's the mastermind?
What exactly are we talking about right now?
So, Aretha Franklin passed away, and it just so happened that the same day she passed away, I went to Beyonce's concert, On the Run Tour 2 concert at Ohio State, and it didn't dawn on me that night, but the very next day, someone made a comment on Facebook that she did not give her tribute to Aretha Franklin. And once I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, she didn't. She didn't say anything, which was shocking to say the least, because we just talked about how much Aretha Franklin has contributed to the music industry. So for her to not even R.I.P., literally
nothing.
There was nothing. And it was shocking, to say the least.
There's a lot of artists out there who did shout out to Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
A lot.
Then we got other people who shouted out to Aretha Franklin that shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Right. Throwing a little bit of shade. Let's not.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't shade
even because, what was it? Fox News put out a picture of Patti LaBelle saying rest in peace to Aretha Franklin. And anybody who knows Aretha Franklin and Patti LaBelle's history, they did not get along.
So why? What happened?
The shade of it all. And then someone on Facebook, I'm pretty sure it was a joke, it was like Fox News post a picture of Patti LaBelle to say rest in peace to Aretha Franklin, and it was a picture of Gladys Knight on Facebook.
I'm like, poor Aretha. Poor Aretha. What is going on?
And one thing I did not know that she had pancreatic cancer. So when I found out she passed away, I was like, well, what happened? And it scrolled across the bottom of the screen that she had, in fact, had pancreatic cancer.
And for a while.
For a long time.
Yeah, for a while, which was shocking. I didn't hear about that till after.
So Aretha Franklin passed away. John McCain
just recently.
Yeah, may he rest in peace also. He had a lot.
He was a POW. You survived.
1936 to 2018. He had a full life.
He did the thing.
That. And I like how outspoken he was also.
Yeah, as presidential candidate.
Yeah.
Went against President Obama, but he was an honorable person to it all.
And he said that. He said, we might not agree on a lot of things, but we became friends. And that is that's really dope, especially in this day.
Especially with somebody who was born in 1936.
Exactly. He has seen a lot
of stuff.
And being in 1936 and all the racism that was allowed at that time and all the hatred, and to be able to be friends, and genuine friends with someone, even an opponent, to be able to be cordial and genuine with an opponent
and respectful. That was a big thing.
A black opponent. That's something that says a lot about him.
So where was he raised? Where did he grow up, John McCain?
You know what? You're going to ask questions that I don't know.
I'm sorry.
That is a good question. Where was he born?
So John McCain, but see, everybody knows there was a lot going on with John McCain in his life. He was a POW.
Yeah.
He was captured. He was tortured.
Yeah.
That's why he couldn't raise his arms as high as he wanted to, and people saw that. But see, with John McCain, what was so amazing about John McCain, even after he didn't look up even after he didn't become president, he stayed in Congress and kept fighting for everything that he wanted to believe in. And a lot of other people out there would have given up or walked away or decided, this isn't for me. And he decided to stop taking his medicine the day before he passed.
Yeah, when I saw that, it was like breaking news, and they said he decided not to. But I guess there was like, he would become a vegetable. And I was like, wow, the next day, I was not prepared for that. There was going to be a little bit more time.
A week,
you know what I mean?
So, yeah.
But I guess his state at that point was already...
Right.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So John McCain was actually what we would call a military brat. So he was born in the Panama Canal Zone to his father was a naval officer.
Oh,
okay.
That could be why he was so... I guess, considering.
He's still a baby. I mean,
but he probably traveled his entire life.
That's
right? So the cultural, he might have seen a lot of different cultures.
More receptive to different cultures, different lifestyles.
Because military lifestyle is different. I think you definitely see
a lot
of stuff. That's why even for my son, I'm like, wow, you learn German in a year. Wow, you know what I mean? So yeah,
I'm still doing my Duolingo. I'm learning German.
Man,
I'm sorry. I got my 3-4 words that I need.
Man,
Russian is all I can take.
I'm really working on it. I'm trying. I'm trying to get better.
So we got other things going on. So recently we had, I say recently, it was beginning of the year, but Black Panther came out.
Yes.
And we were so big on Black Panther because it had an all-black cast.
Yes.
And it had a black director, all-black cast. It was amazing for us. And now we have another movie coming out called Crazy Rich Asians.
Didn't it come out already?
Yeah,
it came out.
Yes,
And it's called Crazy Rich Asians, and it has a whole Asian cast.
Yes.
And the female lead is from Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The mom?
Yeah.
I love her.
She is so young.
She's
so young.
Funny.
She's hilarious.
So
Hysterical.
funny.
She is her face expression.
She
kills me.
She's
She kills
everything.
me.
Oh my God, I love her. I'm Fresh Off the Boat. She's hilarious. Sorry.
Yeah, the whole
really
entire show, the whole entire cast is Asian, and I think that's also really great to see a whole different ethnicity. Like they're all doing this. It's crazy to have that unity. You know,
because I can't think of any movies, period, where the whole cast was Asian or was centered on Asian life that wasn't Jackie Chan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
or what was the other one?
Jet Li. Yeah. So
and what you see a lot in pop culture or whatever you want to call it is that Asian women always get this sense of what's what I want.
Submissive.
Yeah.
They always seem submissive and quiet
and very.
And then the men always seem geeky or unattractive.
Yeah.
And this movie kind of turns that on its head,
That's
which is
cool.
amazing.
That's really
and
cool.
With Constance Wu being the lead character in it, it's just amazing because she's hilarious.
She's hilarious.
She's great on her TV show. And I remember I was watching the trailer with my wife, and Michelle, I think I want to say Yeoh, Y-E-O-H. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but she has this voice that once you hear it, it just takes you somewhere because you've seen movies with her voice in it. And once you just have to watch the
hear the
trailer.
voice, yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, it was a great cast. It was a great, the whole cast is just an Asian cast. You get on IMDb and just start scrolling.
I heard it's hysterical. My friend saw it. She told me today, and she was like, "It is hysterical."
Is it showing here yet?
I don't know if it's showing
I believe it
here.
is showing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But John Chu was the director for this one.
Okay.
So it had an Asian director.
That's
Asian
awesome.
cast.
That's awesome.
So I'm really happy that this was a movie for that demographic.
And I hope that the other quote unquote minorities, Black people and other people of color support this film the way that they supported us.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially because it's not the normal submissive woman,
Yeah.
Asian woman or the nerdy man.
Yeah.
They're hysterical. Like they have real life stuff going on, and there's some funny parts, and there's some, it just changes the entire idea that we have in our heads of what Asians do, right?
And I really hope that we start getting to places to where we stop looking at Black cast and Asian cast. We just have a cast. So I remember I was talking to a friend of mine about movies, and I don't want to see a black movie.
Oh
I want to see a movie with black characters.
People. Yes.
Right.
And that's what I always hope for, because it's hard to see, because anytime they have a black movie, it's set in Atlanta, it's set in Philly, it's set,
in those areas.
Right, it's set in those places, South Central LA or something, or they used to live in South Central, now they live in LA, or now they live near the beach. But I'm tired of seeing that. I just want to see a boy meets girl story to where there just happened to be two black people in it.
My sister and I were literally just having this conversation last night because I watched the new episode of Power, and I was like, "You don't watch Power, do you?" And she was like, "No," because she really doesn't care for things like that. And she was like, "I don't like movies and shows that are black." And I was like, "Okay, can you explain that?" And she was like Power, the storyline is X, Y, and Z. Empire, the storyline is X, Y, and Z. She's like, "Why can't we have shows like Blackish where they are just a black family? Like they go through regular trials and tribulations, but it's not based around their drama or them being black. They're just a family."
Right.
And I was saying this, like Christmas movies, I get so upset around Christmas time because I feel like quote unquote black Christmas movies was always drenched in drama. This person isn't this person's dad, or this person dies. And it's like, why can't we just have fun loving Christmas movies like Home Alone and stuff like that?
It's like Tyler Perry, right? The idea that Tyler Perry movies are, and it sucks because it's like, you know, we see some of our actresses and they have always played these angry roles. So we assume that they're angry women. And they take those roles and they own those roles. But then there's some women that, you know, like I love Taraji. I love her as an actress, and she
has chosen some horrible roles.
She does. And then she did Hidden Figures.
Oh, that was amazing.
Hidden Figures was an amazing movie. I was literally in tears. And then I also saw how talented she is.
Right.
She's so talented. She does not have to lower herself to take these
loud ghetto mama roles.
When she's so talented and she did so well.
Yeah, she did
amazing. So it is true. I hope there's a time that we can turn around and it's like, okay, this is a movie, and doesn't have the angry black woman, the cheating black man,
the baby daddy
drama, and it paints a more positive picture because it is entertaining,
right?
And that's what it's for, but it also gives us a stigma. We already have a stigma that we have to overcome.
Can I make a comment about that really quickly? So I don't know if I mentioned, but this is my second time being in Germany. So my first time here, I met a girl. She's half Asian, half German, half black. But if you were to speak to her, you would have no idea she was German. She looks like, you know, a mixed black woman, and her behavior was very obnoxious and very like, she's a sweet girl, don't get me wrong, but her behavior was very obnoxious and like very like loud in your, like the stereotype. And I asked her, I was like, why do you act like this? And she was like, well, that's how black women act on TV. So she was not raised by a black woman. Her mom is, German. Her father is black. And I think she'd only been to the States like once or twice, but her English was good because she was in this area. So she was very aware with black culture, but she acted the way black women were portrayed on television because to her, that's how black women act.
Right.
And I just think that's very dangerous.
It is dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
Time, now here's something. Here's me playing a little bit of devil's advocate with this also, though. But because you also have to look at the reason why shows like Power exist is because that is a part of our community.
Very true.
Absolutely.
The reason why those things exist because there are people who grew up in that place in that way.
Right.
So look at The Wire. Those
that's real. Yeah.
So now we can hate that they only show that side of us. We can't hate that, but we can't deny that is a part of our culture.
Absolutely.
And so, but then we also have the people like in Blackish. We also have, here's the show that I love because of the diversity in it.
Insecure.
No.
Dang it.
Well,
Grey's Anatomy.
I don't watch that show.
Grey's Anatomy is a phenomenal show.
The reason, so Grey's Anatomy, when it first began, it may have had there was 3 black characters on it in the beginning.
Was it 3 or 2?
It was 3. It was 3 black characters. There was Miranda Bailey.
Yes.
There was the chief.
Okay.
And then there was the heart surgeon.
Okay, right, the heart. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those 3 black characters on the show. They had one Asian woman on the show, and then everybody else was white. Now, as the show has progressed, now it's almost a whole black cast, half black cast. And the people and the black people in the show are seemingly the most talented or most powerful in the show. So the owner of the hospital is black.
Right.
Her son, black, who is one of the top plastic surgeons in the world, black. The chief of medicine, black. The number 1 and youngest heart surgeon in the show, black. So the lead character's daughter is black. I mean, so all these things are and that's why I like Shonda Rhimes, because she likes to She doesn't make black shows. She doesn't make white shows.
She makes shows with characters.
Yeah.
So even when she did the spinoff of Private Practice, Taye Diggs' character in it and his wife in the show, they were just normal people that just so happened to be black.
Yeah. So has she always written for Grey's Anatomy? They have like
Shonda Rhimes created Grey's Anatomy.
There's like 12 seasons.
Yeah, she that was her. That's her baby.
I want to allow myself to watch that or This Is Us because I just hear that you'll just be crying all day.
Grey's Anatomy won't have you crying all the time. You'll laugh. You'll love everybody. You'll love every character. You'll cry when characters die.
Yeah, I hear they all die. I just don't want to get invested in characters and they just die on me.
Oh, they will, but
there's very few characters that you'll get invested in that will die.
Okay. Unless you get super emotional about stuff. You will get invested in them. But I hope.
I cry watching Monsters University.
Okay,
so
maybe
you might not want to watch.
Don't watch it then.
Okay. But it's a very great show.
Okay,
it's a great. I'm not even saying a good show. It's a great show.
I would agree with you. I never used to watch it. My best friend got me into Grey's Anatomy.
Okay, I'll try it because I do keep hearing it's good and I don't mind watching it, but I just don't want to be sad. So
and start from the beginning. And I think the only time where I was sad about a character leaving the show was twice.
Okay.
Well, three times.
There's 12 seasons.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And there's 12 seasons. I mean, they have to go away.
Yeah.
You have to.
Wow.
That's true. You can't keep.
So I really only was sad about 3 times in the show, and then one of them. I mean, it kind of just like. Okay, next episode.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, but you just hated that you weren't going to see them anymore in the show.
That's kind of where I'm at with Orange is the New Black at this point.
I got off of that after season 2.
I don't know if you guys watched it, but
I can't watch.
I feel like the most recent season 6, I'm not really sure what the writers are doing. It's just like they've developed these characters and you've fallen in love with these characters. And it seems like they are purposely... I understand that there's a purpose because I can understand it, but they are purposely hurting and getting rid of everyone's favorite character. But the main character, Piper is her name, white girl. Everyone hates her, but she's the one that succeeds every single time. And I think that's the point that they're trying to make because the favorite characters are Black, Latina, Asian.
That's the reason for it.
Exactly. And it's infuriating. And I'm just like, you know what? I can't do this anymore.
But now compare that to the real world. Now.
Exactly. and that's why I'm saying I understand what they're doing. Like these people are people too, but because they are brown, they don't get to succeed the way the blonde-haired, blue-eyed chick does.
Like, I'm more scared of a young white woman than I am of a police officer.
Exactly.
So, I mean, as a black man, that's how I feel.
Isn't that
I've
scary,
said that
though?
before. I'm not trying to get there, but I've said that the most dangerous person in this world is a white woman, and I believe that with my whole heart. And I'm not trying to be racist, but I just truly, like, if you look at history, white women have been the catalyst in a lot of destructive of black men's lives. I'll just say that. Emmett Till,
right.
These are facts.
Yeah.
These are facts. These are facts. And it's the unfortunate
It's
fact,
very
right?
unfortunate.
But
yeah.
We'll
tread lightly.
Yeah,
we'll leave that there. We'll let y'all pick that up.
With the movies and TV shows, I'm happy that now on Netflix, Shonda Rhimes is going over to Netflix.
Yes, I'm so excited.
I'm just waiting to see what she creates.
She's bringing all these young black actors with her, and I'm so excited. I really hope they renew the show On My Block. Are you guys familiar with that show? About the Latina? Oh my God, it's an amazing show.
I am
the Latina kids. Yeah. It's a show about like these 4 Latina friends. And it's just like their daily life, and it's hilarious. But they talk about real stuff because like their friend is he's in a gang because his brothers are in the gang, so they're trying to get him out the gang. But it's really funny at the same time. And
is it one of her shows?
No, I don't think it's hers. But I was just I'm sorry, I kind of veered off a little bit. But I was just saying
it's a Netflix show.
Yes, it's a Netflix.
Okay.
I was just saying
is doing big things.
I hope Netflix
like
renews
how Netflix
the show.
Is working, and I like how they're going. And I'm scared. I'm gonna say scared, but I am sort of scared that Netflix is going to end up taking over
everything,
all television entertainment.
They probably will because it's convenient. I mean, it's most convenient.
Netflix is doing better than program television. Like I was just in the States, and literally commercials and reality TV have taken over program television.
Right.
It's really sad.
And I watch sitcoms, I watch TV, I watch superhero TV shows, I watch all those different things. And for me, what really hurts me about Netflix and Hulu is that CBS just puts nothing on either one of those. And that's the thing is the reason why a lot of the CBS shows are failing
because they're not
because they don't
accessible
put their shows onto Netflix and because you can get a CBS subscription, which I have, but I also have Netflix. So it's like, why do I need both? Why can't you just work together?
Yeah.
Right. I'm not really big on TV, guys. I can't watch TV.
That's not a bad
literally
thing.
cannot. My son is like, why don't you? I watch certain things, like Grey's Anatomy is one of those things. Scandal was one of those things for me. But besides that, I heard Love is really good on
I have no idea what that is.
You have not heard
What
about
does
it?
it come on?
Love is on the OWN network.
I don't watch
Oh,
OWN.
I don't know.
Well, okay,
that's Oprah.
but
It's the Oprah.
Love
My
is-
wife, that's my wife. I don't watch
Oh, is that the one with Loretta Devine?
Yes.
I saw a clip
of her talking
going
to her
off
son.
on and it kind of, I was like, okay, cool, but it went right back to that whole thing we were just talking about why black people always gotta be depicted like that.
Well, that's Loretta Devine.
Yeah,
that's
Loretta
that's her personal
Yeah.
character, and I don't like Loretta Devine personally. Like, I think her voice annoys me.
But you know her voice.
Yeah, you know her voice.
You
That's
know her voice.
Just like Jennifer Lewis, you know her voice.
That's true. That's true.
Jennifer, you know who Jennifer Lewis is, right? She's the mother on the grandmother on Blackish.
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry.
Jennifer Lewis is the mother of
She
television.
is the mother.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's the mother of television.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I blanked.
Yeah.
Don't take my black card.
Love is I haven't watched it because it's not available here.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm in the States. I have my shows that I watch, and I don't know why I like Netflix. I like to just episode after episode after episode. And then after I do between that, what I'll do is I'll stay away from all the other things. Then when I watch real TV, I'm watching HGTV. That's really the only thing I watch when I got
HGTV is bomb.
When I have TV, that's what I'm watching. You know what I mean? House Hunters.
Yes.
HGTV. Yeah.
Oh, home and garden TV. Is that what you're talking about? With the I just like the memes for the house hunters. Like, hi, I sell bees, and my wife does this, and our budget's $2 million. Like, what?
Yeah, that's what it's really like on that show, though. Like,
No, I love it.
A guy I went to school with was on the Tiny Houses show. His name is I'm not gonna drop his name, but yeah, he was on Tiny Houses. He lives in Columbus, and he has a tiny house.
They can keep that. I'm not living in a tiny house. I lived in
put
New
the
York.
whole
That was tiny enough for me.
Okay. Pay a whole bunch of money for a little closet. Yes, that is New York.
So shout out to Spanish Harlem, but I'm not doing that again.
That's hilarious.
Tiny homes. I don't know about tiny homes.
Yeah, I don't need a tiny home, but yeah, that's my show. Like, that's my network.
That's cool.
And the other one, so Fixer Upper.
Fixer Upper is really cool because I'm like, let me see how they could do this. Like,
And
their money.
and their family is awesome. Like, they're hilarious.
They are hilarious.
They are. And Chip is one of the funniest people on TV for me.
What's the other one? That they were married and got divorced.
Oh,
Flip
but
or Flop?
they're back.
Yeah, Flip or Flop.
I thought they were back
Yes, and
together.
they-
The husband and wife couple, right?
Oh, good.
Yeah, I thought they got divorced. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't watch the channel, so let me be
But
quiet.
yeah, that's what we watch at home.
Oh,
when
cool.
we're in the States, that's really the only channel our TV is on. We don't watch live TV.
Yeah, I like the one where they're like at a yard sale and they get money, or they're like at a bazaar kind of thing, and it's like two teams, and they'll have X amount of dollars, and they have to go buy stuff and then repurpose it and then try to sell it. I like
That's
that.
pretty cool. That's
I like that
Storage
show.
Wars.
Speaking of TV, did y'all see the new Wild 'N Out? Azalea Banks. Okay, everybody. For people who didn't know, Azalea Banks was on Wild 'N Out this past episode.
Yeah.
And she had it out with DC Young Fly on the show.
Yeah.
Live.
And we know, everybody knows DC Young Fly. We know how he is.
Yeah.
But we also know Azalea Banks. We also know that she is, I'm not giving her
mean
any
girl.
type of queen status.
She's a
I was going to say
mean
the
girl.
queen of something, but I'm not
She's
giving her
like
any type of that
fire
status.
She
Cracker.
is mean.
Yeah, I
Times
think
10.
she tries to get notoriety by being mean.
Mean.
Yeah, she is mean. She was banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
She is.
And so we're not gonna get into what was said. You want to go check it out, go check it out. But
Yeah.
she ended up crying on the show, and then she ended up going into her depths of pettiness and then attacking Nick Cannon when he had nothing to do with it.
Especially when he's trying to be politically correct and he wasn't, coming at her. His post on Instagram was kind of like,
I'm neutral ground, basically.
Right, neutral, and then you come for him and then speak about his lupus. I'm sorry, I
that's
feel
not
like
cool.
there are boundaries, and to prove a point on a nationally or for the whole entire world to see on social media and blast it, like that you're who you are as a person is questionable.
Especially on a platform where now more people know who you are because of it.
Because you're mean. Like,
right.
Well, people that follow her are mean are probably like, oh, okay, well, this is to be expected of her, and they may condone that behavior.
The messed up part about it is I've actually listened to a couple of Azealia Banks' songs, and they're not like a song I listen to every day, but I think her songs serve a certain purpose. Like if I was in like a club or like a gay club or something, or like at a fashion show, like that's the kind of music that, but the sad part is she's somewhat talented, but the things that she says overshadow her, what she could potentially be doing. Cause I'm sure she could probably be working with, if they wanted to, probably like some of these electric DJs or whatever, and kind of putting her out there. But
why would they?
Exactly.
Look how Flo Rida did. Flo Rida said, "I'm going to stick to this, and I'm going to do this."
Yeah,
and he blew up. And he's the king of that.
Exactly. Right. But she is just completely shooting herself in the foot. Nobody's going to want to work with her. No one's going to want to have her on their show, or whatever the case may be.
Well, none of us are going to want to work with her. Now that's the thing.
She will bring a crowd.
And she will bring a crowd.
Just because she's cringeworthy. Like, I gotta see this. I gotta see her fall apart. Like,
like she brings a crowd because they just want to see what's going to be said. So
yeah.
What is she going to say? We don't know what's going to come out of her mouth.
Right.
It could be anything. Yeah. It literally is no telling. I actually don't know any of her music.
I don't think I've heard one song.
The song she performed at Wildin' Out is actually like, it's not a bad song. It's one of those songs like, I guess you can call it elevator music, or like if you ever worked in retail, you know how they just like play music. Yeah. It's like, oh, like that's the kind of music that she makes. Not trying to throw shade, but she kind of plays background music that could kind of be like, that's kind of catchy.
She needs to stay in the background.
So she needs to stay in the background, right? And stop trying to throw shade on everybody else.
Yeah, that comment to Nick Cannon, not cool.
Not right, cool. And then her attacking Cardi B, before all that happened, she like went in on Cardi B to the point Cardi B deleted her Instagram for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I saw a lot of that back and forth.
And I think Cardi did that just because Cardi knew, like, yo, you're not about to mess up my money.
Yeah.
You're not about to mess up my money.
Wasn't she pregnant at the time, though?
Yeah, she was.
She was trying to be sitting here arguing with Azealia Banks, and she's pregnant, got a whole family, and Azealia spending all her time
tapping. Yeah.
I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
Cardi didn't have time for that.
No.
So with Azealia Banks, she can go ahead and do everything she's gonna do.
Stay in the background.
Go be where she's gonna be. And she will, and she even tried to say that DC Young Fly's height of his career is going to be Wildin' Out. DC Young Fly is an energetic, talented brother. He can sing.
He's funny.
He's a great comedian.
Hysterical.
He's hilarious.
He might not have had his huge break yet, but it's going to happen.
He's funny. He's funnier. He's funnier than a lot of those people that are actually on Wildin' Out right now.
Right.
Yeah. He's funny. And people know who he is. His name, when they say
DC Young Fly, you know
you're
exactly
talking about.
Right, but I mean, he's going to one day get his break. He's going to get his big break, and if he does it the right way, he's going to do big things.
I think Wildin' Out is an excellent start for him.
Wildin' Out is a great start for so many people.
It's great.
Yeah.
I was just talking about it the other day. Like, I remember when Wildin' Out I remember the very first episode of Wildin' Out. I'm kind of showing my age a little bit. But I remember I was like, oh, this is nice. And then like just to see where it's crazy. Yeah. Like they're on tour and everything. Right. It's crazy.
See, I was at a place where I was watching battle rap over here, and then I was watching Wildin' Out over here.
See, I can't not get down with battle rap because they are so disrespectful. I just cannot. I get mad. I get mad watching it. I'm like, he said, what about his mama? Like, I cannot do battle rap.
I love battle rap because I love the ingenuity of it. I love how talented you have to be to do it. Yeah. And when it comes to, because I know there's people who are great at battle rap who can't put a track down.
Yeah,
there's people who can make a song who can't battle rap.
Yeah.
So it's its own little place, its own little talent. And what's so amazing about Wildin' Out is that it caters to those battle rappers.
It kind of does both. Right. Yeah.
Look at Charlie Clips, Hitman Holla, Conceited.
Yeah.
All these people, they're able to go to that stage and be able to be successful, and build up new rappers.
Yeah.
Because if you ever get on YouTube and look at some of their practices, you see them helping out some of the other artists out there. And right now, we know if you're in Hollywood, you have to be a triple, almost quadruple threat.
Yeah,
that's what's so amazing about somebody. So you still there singing, they're dancing, they're doing all these different things.
Right.
So you have to be able to have something else on your resume to make it right now.
I think one of the heavy hitters right now on Wildin' Out is Justina Valentine. Like, you cannot deny that girl is talented.
Yeah,
she is very talented.
She is.
She's very talented, and all she's gonna do is get better. She's gonna get bigger, and people gonna know who she is, and then she's gonna be right up there with your Cardi B's and your Nicki Minaj's. Well, maybe not Nicki.
Not Nicki. No.
Speaking of
Nicki. Speaking of Nicki,
we need you to get back on.
Once upon a time,
Get back with Safari.
Yeah.
Do us all a favor.
Yeah,
because
Nicki has fallen from grace.
Go find Quentin Miller. You know, do something. Like, we need you to do something.
So Nicki just recently dropped her Queen album, and I'm not a fan. I don't. Nicki Minaj gets the skip in my car, so I can't put a comment on her album or not. But
so you never liked Nicki?
No, I'm not gonna say I never liked Nicki. I think the very first song I ever heard by Nicki was called Summer Party. She was on a song with Gucci Mane. And shortly after that, I think I was like 19, so I was all about it. And that was when she did her very first album. I liked that. And then she was like everywhere. So I was like, okay, Nicki's cool, but I kind of got tired of her because she was everywhere. Right. But I did like the fact that she was changing her sound. She was venturing off. She was doing electric music, which I thought was cool, you know, pop, whatever. But I feel like recently, I don't really know what's going on with her. I feel like she's doing the, oh, I can't succeed because of you kind of thing. Like she's not really taking responsibility for the fact that I don't know if she's lost her talent, but like y'all keep saying Safari. Well, she did. She lost Safari. So,
that wasn't her talent. That was his talent.
And we hope that that's not true, but we believe that it is.
I believe it. And
because back then, bar for bar, she was one of the hottest rappers.
She was
not even best female rapper. She was one of the best rappers.
Yo, that Monster verse is iconic.
Monster, Roman's Revenge. I like Still I Rise. She's a lot of
bar for bar.
Songs.
She had talent.
And
Bars.
If you watch her videos before she became famous, like when she was rapping on street corners and stuff like that, bars.
Yeah.
And I don't really know what's going on with her right now.
What's going on?
So maybe not. So what if that when Nicki took her hiatus, she decided, you know what, this isn't really who I want to be. This isn't exactly who I want to be. So she should just stop.
She shouldn't even keep going.
I don't know about her stopping because I listened to the album and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it at all. But the first song, Ganja Bars, I thought was a good song. It had more of a reggae feel to it. And she had there were some decent, I want to say great, I would say decent bars.
How many times have you heard the album?
I've heard
all the way through.
I probably heard it 3 times all the way through. And I tried, the first time I was like, I cannot do this. I was like skipping. Because I was like, nothing caught me. Nothing was like, oh, this is, And then the second time I listened to it more thoroughly. And the third time I was like, okay, let me just listen to this whole entire album. And nothing caught my attention. Nothing was like, oh, this is great. Like, I love this. It was like
the album.
He likes me like Skippy, Mississippi, some kind of line. I was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Did you just say Skippy, Mississippi? I cannot.
Is this like Kanye saying boop-diddy scoop?
Yeah, but see, I think I was just going to say something about Kanye. With Kanye, his Ye album, when I first heard it, I was riding in the car. I was driving from the store headed home, and I listened to the whole album in the car because it's short.
It's like 6.
This is the one he did after he said slavery was a choice, right? This is the one. Okay, so I haven't listened to that at all.
So that you should. You have, because he also explained what he meant.
Okay.
So but see, the thing about it is that the first time through it, I didn't like it. Second time through it, first time through, I might have liked half of a song. Second time through it, I started to be more on it. Then after a while, I just started liking it. I like the album now. Not saying it was a great album. It's never going to be a great album. Now, it's never going to be College Dropout. It's never going to be Graduation. But it was a good album.
But it had to grow on you. So I feel like.
No, everything. But Kanye's always had to grow on us. That's the thing we forget.
Yes,
Kanye never was. That's the hottest thing. Was the first time you heard it.
Through the Wire was amazing.
That was amazing. But that's after you knew Kanye.
Right, that's what I was going to say. That song was like a great song because we already knew who he was. So people were like, oh, Through the Wire, yeah, that was great because we already knew. He already had started, putting himself out there. So Through the Wire, of course, was going to be great. And it wasn't one of those, I had to
play it over and over again.
No, that song was not one of the songs that the girl knew. But in comparison to Nicki Minaj in her first album, and now it feels like she's making a lyrical decrease.
Let me tell you something, Nicki, but you gotta think about Chun-Li. Nicki put out Chun-Li in there, but I loved it.
Chun-Li, I'm King Kong. Who's King Kong? Are you kidding me?
Okay, is it the rap game? Is it the rap game?
Right now, because look at I don't want to say this, but even look at Beyonce. Even look at Beyonce, because right now Beyonce, I'm not gonna say if she's writing her rhymes or if she's not, but the fact that she's married to the greatest rapper in my eyes, I don't know if she is. But with that, with Beyonce, like even her rhymes, like all her rhymes seem like nowadays, like now the way people are rapping right now, all her raps and all the songs seem like she could go out there with your little Uzi Verts, and which are people who have that style of rap.
I think it's because she's an entertainer.
Right.
That's what I think. There's entertainers, and then there's actual lyrical geniuses.
Right.
Right? Or there's a difference.
Right.
So I would say Beyonce is one of the best entertainers
Period.
of our time. Absolutely.
Of our time.
Of our time.
Of our time.
Not all time.
Yeah.
Of our.
No. Because our time kind of extends.
Okay,
This current generation.
Okay.
This current generation.
Right now, she is one of the best entertainers.
Right.
But she's an entertainer, so I'm not gonna expect for her to start spitting some bars that are out of this world, because I think her focus is not to spit bars.
No.
Her focus is to entertain. So she's gonna find ways to entertain you,
right,
but then necessarily be lyrically.
Just like the song 7-Eleven, like I haven't listened for reasons unknown. This song is like a couple years old. Reasons unknown. I love this song, and most women love this song. The song is literally about nothing.
Yeah,
it's about nothing.
It was
and
just fun.
It's just It's Beyonce showing you like, hey, I can literally do what I want, and you guys will eat it up.
Right, and that's all. Okay, I don't want to talk about Beyonce on this podcast.
Listen.
We can shy away from.
Okay, no, actually, let's talk about it, because this is why I had something I wanted to say about this for a while, and I never really got to put it out. So Beyonce and her and the Carters, this new album,
For Everything Is Love.
Everything Is Love by the Carters.
Yeah.
Now, this album was, in my opinion, Beyonce's way of telling everybody, yo,
we're back together.
No.
Oh.
This was Beyonce's way. This was Beyonce's way of telling everybody that I'm not weak. Because she went out, and everybody knows what Jay-Z did, and everybody know what happened there.
She made Lemonade.
And it was not even talking about Lemonade. I'm just talking about their personal life.
Okay.
So, and then she took him back. Now, everybody in the world was like, yo, you shouldn't take him back. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. First of all, y'all aren't in her relationship. Yeah. Y'all have no voice to say anything in her relationship. You don't know what. So, but in that, to keep face, she had to be able to say, yo, I'm still this. I'm still the queen. I'm still the boss. So listen to every line through there. She's never rapped about or sang about, I can take trips anywhere I want. I got all this. I do all this. I put anything. She never did that. But she did now, because she has to prove her validity and her power, and the fact that she was the boss on every song.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I had a different spin on it. And my spin on the album was the fact that let's talk about, this is real life stuff. Like, this happens, and Beyonce is not above this happening.
Right.
Like, if Beyonce can get cheated on, anybody could get cheated on.
But that wasn't even a part of the album. That wasn't a big part of the album, though.
It wasn't a part of the album, but it was part of the story. Like, we all know that, okay, he cheated. He had this huge interview where he spoke about the issue that he had as a man. And I've never been a Jay-Z fan. You know, I'm from New York, I'm from Brooklyn, but I've never been like, oh my God, Jay-Z, he's the best. I've never been like that about him. However, I could respect the evolution of Jay-Z, right? I can respect that. And him being very forthcoming. And I think in this day and age, as married couples, we need to speak about these things, because we don't.
Right. And like, so, with their personal... Go ahead.
And that was my spin on it. Like, I wasn't a fan of the album. I think it was an okay piece of work. I like Friends, and I like Love Happy. I'm one of those people, like, I'll find my song, and then I'll listen to other songs. I'm like,
you like songs about the lifestyle. You like about their life. Not their lifestyle, but their life.
Right, their life. Those
where they actually broke it down.
Yes, him saying, like, I'm about to die. What was the in the Friends? He had said something about
if me and my wife are beefing, I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die right here. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Love Happy, like her saying, like, well, if we're gonna be talking about it, let's talk about it.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean? So I respected that part of it. Yeah. As far as her saying, like, I'm not weak, I can understand that. Right. I can get that, because I think women that historically, or how it is now, women that stay in, after being cheated on are weak.
As weak. Yeah.
Right. They're seen as that. But they're the strongest women.
They
That's
are
the hardest part
Are you
people
kidding
understand.
me? You gotta look at this man who has cheated on you and has put your entire family and your life and everything that you got to build at risk, and you have to find a way to make it work because A, you got to make a commitment to each other, and B, because you know what? Nobody's perfect.
Right.
And it's a hard pill to swallow. But I have a lot of time invested in my marriage, and not to say that my husband cheats, I'm not going to leave. But it would take a lot for me to leave my marriage.
Right.
You know, and I think that, again, because there's Instagram, there's all social media outlets. So we talk about how happy we are. We speak about our happiness very freely, very openly, but very seldom do we speak about the struggles and how it is to get here. And I can appreciate a person being transparent in that aspect. Right. As far as the work of art, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, only
you know,
really, even
okay
the whole album. My favorite line in the whole album came from Jay-Z. I'm good on any MLK Boulevard.
Right, and
because we all know, no matter what city you go to, you go to MLK. It's the hoodest part of the city.
You lock them doors.
No matter what, everywhere. I'm
good.
good. I'm totally good, and you can respect that coming from him. Like you can, I can see that. I can see you being okay in any hood.
Right.
Legit.
And he is, and that's Jay-Z. Jay-Z, in my mind, is the best rapper alive.
And you know what? I can agree to that now. Because we've seen him go from the dope boy. Yeah. We've seen him go through and use his platform.
And the fact that he never wrote anything.
Well, that too.
You got to think about that. He's never written anything.
He memorizes it?
He puts it together in his head and puts it out.
And literally
he doesn't write
it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That Jay-Z.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
He is a genius. And we got to go back. Kanye's a genius too.
Oh, yeah.
Kanye West is a genius. There's no doubt about it. But he has a huge difficulty with articulating himself and his feelings. Mm-hmm. And that is why we have a difficult time understanding what he's saying and what he's trying to say because there's a lack of basic communication.
The funny thing is, when Kanye West said that slavery was a choice, the second he said it, I instantly knew what he meant to say. But Kanye West being Kanye West is not going to backtrack and apologize.
Exactly. But not even that. But why would you say, oh, well, it's because Kanye West, we can understand where he's coming from. No, Kanye West needs to learn how to articulate himself like a grown man.
No, he doesn't. Now, this is why he doesn't have to, because Kanye West is an artist. So Kanye West should be articulating himself in his music, in his fashion, in his art. Now, what we decided to do as a community said, now, what does Kanye have to say? So Kanye put that on and said, first when he said, George Bush doesn't care about black people. Right. But even then, it didn't make sense. None of that even when he said that, it made no sense.
Yes, it did.
George Bush didn't have control of anything.
He had literally nothing, which it didn't make sense. But you know what? Did you see the follow-up interview? I told you about it.
Yeah.
The follow-up interview, and I could understand where he came from. He said, we spent so much time fighting stuff with hate and fear. Why don't we try love? Oh yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah. But he had to sit down and write that out because that's the type of person he is.
And you know, artistically and creatively, I get it. But I think that you are a person who has so many followers. Yeah. You have such a huge influence on so many people. And you want to make sure, obviously, you don't have to be politically correct all the time, but it shouldn't be, it's just Kanye West. And he says things how he says them. Because there are children that are listening to him. There are people who are saying, oh, he said what? Slavery is a choice and taking it literal. And then it takes time for us as, citizens who know him or understand him and say, oh, well, what he meant was. And it's sometimes people don't have time.
Because being a slave right now is a choice. Being a slave to the system is a choice. Now, we understand that because we sat back and thought about it and did that. Now, here's the thing about that, though. So we all know that when you have an amazing artist or you're amazingly talented in anything, and something else lacks.
You lack somewhere. Michael Jackson. Perfect example. Michael Jackson.
Lack somewhere else.
Absolutely. And this is where he lacks, though.
And this is where Kanye lacks. And with that, we have to realize that we have to understand this as a people. And we're so quick to cancel people and cut people off and shun people that we never give them a chance to grow and understand. Because, if people knew me at 18,
please.
I would be cut off so fast.
They're like, Petra who?
Facts.
I had to catch myself. This girl posted on Facebook. A person I went to high school with. She was like, "There's this girl," and she didn't say me, but she's like, "People are going to empowerment events, and you used to bully people in high school." I didn't know she was talking about me. I didn't know she was talking about me.
But you felt like she was.
My brother sent it to me. So I was like, you know what? I wasn't very nice in high school. So I wrote her an apology. And I was like, I'm not sure if that posted to me, but you know what? Who I was at 16, 17, 18 is not who I am now. And I can admit that I was not the nicest person at the time. A lot of things that I had to deal with, my father passing, moving, and all these things, which is not an excuse, but I definitely want to apologize if I ever did anything that hurt you, because who I am today would never do that. I would never, you know? So it's true.
So we need to quit judging people.
We don't, you know what? And it's true. We have to find a way. He said it to lead with love and lead with more compassion. Because with more compassion is a deeper understanding.
Right, but we know how social media works. People only put on social media first things that are the highlights of their life.
Yes.
And then on top of that, once we see something negative, we decide that we all want, as a group, want to jump on something or have this negative opinion about it. And the first person who has a positive opinion about it, we jump on them.
Of course, because now they are not following the crowd. They're actually saying something that will be like, oh, well, that's a different spin on it. But at the end of the day, he still said that slavery is a choice. Okay, we understand that, but let's try to look and have a different spin on it. But again, social media is like, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with it because it is a platform to be able to influence a lot of people, but I feel like we do not use it as we should and in the capacity that we can. Because you said it, highlighting. We highlight, and to say, you know what? Like I said when I walked in here today, this last 2 weeks, we're not a good 2 weeks. I'm not having a good time. Kids are crying. I got this, I got that. My husband's so nice, and I'm just like, and I'm like, you know what? I need a little bit of zen. A little bit of zen, and being honest about that. Because, I mean, it could look like it's all together.
Do you have social media?
I do.
And what do you have? What form of social media?
I have
on?
Facebook. I have Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram and Snapchat.
So you everywhere. Make sure you have
I can't hang. Yeah. I have Facebook. I have Twitter. I'm not active on it, and I have Instagram. That's it.
Right. I have. Oh my God. I have.
What do you have?
I have
everything.
5 Instagram pages.
Well,
I manage 2 more.
Yeah.
I have 6 Facebook pages. I manage 1 extra on top of that. Snapchat, Tumblr, Twitter. I have 3 Twitter pages. But what I do is indulged in this because I'm in entertainment.
Right.
So what I do is this is everything that I do.
Right.
And it's so hard to disconnect from social media.
Yes.
But I have to do it. I have to do it on a daily basis. Just turn my phone off and relax and watch something. Or read something. I'm listening to another book and that's what I do. Or listen to another podcast and go out there, because if not, then I would go crazy.
You get sucked in.
It's like a little hole, and I struggle with that because now I'm trying to get myself back, into the social media game. My pages were private. I was very secretive about having my children being seen. So I was like, because I am a transparent person, how do I just live on social media? And I'm still like, I don't know about letting everybody into my personal life. It's a lot. Or having to keep up with posting every couple of days or being active on it. So, but again, social media is a great, great, great resource
if you use it correctly.
If you use it correctly.
So just to touch on what you were saying, you can get sucked into social media. So I know for myself, all right, so when I graduated high school, I went to college. And I was raised by my great-grandmother who was very strict, so no freedom. So I got to college and I was like, what? Freedom? What's
that?
Class, what? Right. So I was not focused and I ended up not being able to finish school. So I joined the military and I now have completed my associate's degree. But before, when I first joined, I would see people that like I went to high school with completing their bachelor's, and around like graduation time, I would just crawl into the shell. I was so ashamed of myself, and I would delete my Facebook until all the graduation posts subsided, and then I would come back and now that I've completed, I feel a lot better. But like on Tumblr, I do the same thing to myself because there's like pictures of Bria Miles everywhere and like all these beautiful Black women. I'm like, I don't look like this, and I sometimes like suck myself into a hole, and I have to correct myself like, hey, you're beautiful too. Yeah. Just because you don't like them don't mean so I have to correct myself and sometimes step away from it for a little bit of time.
You have to, because you end up comparing yourself to people that only show the best part. Nobody wakes up in the morning looking like Beyonce on stage. Let's keep it official.
The best person to compare yourself to is compare yourself to yourself.
Yesterday.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yesterday I looked okay, today I look way better and I am living it. But the comparison,
Yo, I lost 0.3 pounds overnight,
Facts.
so I'm happy, yo.
Facts.
Workouts working, B.
Right.
When I do my face mask at night and I wake up and my skin's glowing, I'm like, yes, boo.
You got
Keep
you have to disconnect.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'll always feel like
Crap.
you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, people are paying money for those bodies. Let's be real.
That's another thing.
There is a doctor in Miami
That's
who
another
fixes
thing.
everything that's lacking will be fixed. And
I'd
that's
rather pay
what's
for a Big
sagging.
Mac, yo. They can keep that.
Big Mac.
Right, I'm too scared to go. I will just keep my little frame and I'll be who I am, and that's just gonna be that.
I don't know. I made a comment. I said, I feel like if I had money, I might be dangerous. Like,
No, I wouldn't. Not for nothing, especially because you know what? Remember back in the day when women were just beautiful?
yes.
There was no
Surgery.
lifting your butt,
Yeah.
lifting your breast, or not breastfeeding because you didn't want your breast to sag. There was just people living their best life. You know why? Because they had no
Social media.
Like, oh, look at her butt, look at this person. No, they was like,
they had magazines.
They had their Sunday's best.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? They had the little church shoes, the church outfit, or their Sunday's best, and that was what we looked forward to.
Yeah.
Now it's like you go to the grocery store with heels
Heels,
and your face on.
Yeah, that's too much. I'm gonna be in there in sweatpants and a hat. Get on my
I'm
face.
sorry. People already say, yo, Paige, how old are you? I went to the school for Elijah's open house today. They were like, are you one of the kids? Like, I'm his mom.
Oh my God, I have the same problem. I remember I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, I find it so hard to dress nowadays because 15-year-old girls dress like 27-year-old women.
Oh no, let's not
So
even go there.
I find it very hard to dress. A lot of people don't know how old I am because I look like I'm 15, actually 27.
That's great. That's a great problem to have. That is a great problem to have.
So I find that challenging.
And I mean, well, fashion right now is insane anyway. Like, a big thing I used to say before is that, like, I grew up in Texas. I'm from Sherman, Texas, about
You got
60
Timbs
miles
on
north
your
of Dallas.
feet.
Yeah.
I got Tim's
Timbs
now.
on.
But check it
Okay,
out.
that's not a Dallas
No. But don't forget I lived in New York, too.
Facts.
But here's
That's
the
a New
thing.
York thing.
So
But here's
he's
the
fitting
thing.
the stereotype, y'all. He has on Tim's.
I do have on Tim right now. But here's the thing, though. Like, growing up, I didn't see a Tim. Like, I didn't know what a Tim
It was
was.
500 degrees outside.
We wore polo boots. Like, when you from Texas, you wore polo boots. That was our thing.
Aren't
Like,
they a little bit lighter than these Timbs, though?
Yeah, a little bit.
No.
No?
They look like
I'll go get some. I got polo boots right upstairs. Like, I'll bring them down after this and let you see. Yo, polo boots, that was the thing. But they were just as high, just as tall, just as big. But the thing about it was, that's all I knew. I knew Texas fashion.
Right.
So even if I had like the polo lows, like the little loafer type ones, polo loafers with some khaki shorts and a polo. That was a Texas thing for me. Like, that's what we did. Like the orange, the pink, and the yellow polos.
What year is this?
So you went to New York and what happened?
Yo, I didn't go straight to New York. So
Oh, okay.
for me, I went to Georgia.
Okay, right.
Georgia's fashion's
Fashion,
horrible.
yeah.
Then from Georgia,
cannot
then I went to
dress.
Cali, and then my fashion
Their
changed.
fashion is nice.
They're different.
It's interesting.
different, though.
Yeah,
It's
West
different.
Coast.
Then I went to New York, and like, so now, but even right now, what the problem is with social media, everybody is so close.
Everyone
so fashion,
dresses the same.
Exactly the same.
Are you
Everybody
kidding?
looks the same.
You go to the store and all the styles are either sold out or everybody's wearing the same. You go outside, everybody's wearing the
That's
same
why I
shirt.
refuse to.
I'm going to Idaho
I
with people wearing
refuse-
Timbs and
How?
I'm like, what you got? I'm like,
I refuse to shop at Fashion Nova. Like, I'm not trying to throw shade at Fashion Nova. They do have nice stuff, but every woman, not every, but a lot of women shop at Fashion Nova. Like, how can I not guarantee?
Men are starting to-
Facts. How can I not guarantee that I'm gonna buy this bodysuit and go out and see somebody else in this 3 other women in the same bodysuit?
I am definitely a Fashion Nova fan because I'm very skinny and a lot of stuff fits me. But I like to dress things up a little bit differently.
Okay.
So you can still have your own style because wearing the clothes and how you wear it is different.
That's true.
You can very well just have like a different kind of a clutch and a crazy pair of different kind of shoes,
Yeah.
and the entire outfit will look totally different from what another person
That
is
is
wearing.
very true.
So you can make it your own, and I like to make things my own. But I like Fashion Nova, and it's cheap, and I always get a 30% discount.
a lot of the models I shoot wear a lot
Wear
of
Fashion Nova.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. And like for men, y'all men going out to Fashion Nova, do your thing. I'm not gonna say nothing about you. Do your thing. Kind of like with the men with the rompers when that was hot.
That was
do your
actually
thing.
really cute.
Listen, when
That
you
was
have
really
to go
cute.
no, I cannot
Nah.
do a romper. If I have to
Nah.
hold all my clothes off to use the bathroom,
Nah.
cannot do
So,
it.
And for men that were doing the rompers, whatever, be. But
memes-
back
the
to what I was
memes
saying.
were
Like for me,
everything.
I'm a prep. That's what I did. Like growing up, that's what I was called. I was called a prep.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I did. So for me, I wear Henleys and jeans. And I wear a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or I wear a lot of hats. But I wear a whole lot of hats.
Like a hat. You're a hat guy.
I got a hat right here hanging in the studio. So like that's what I do. And for me, I love fashion. I love the way I dress. But see, my style started when I was a kid growing up in Texas. It morphed a little bit in Cali, then it morphed a little bit in New York, it morphed a little bit traveling overseas.
But it's still you. You never conform to what,
But right now, since the world is so small and everybody wants to be just like everybody else, so even look at these little punk rappers, I call them punk rappers, but look at your Tekashi 6ix9ine. Look at
what are they wearing though? I mean, seriously.
Nothing.
Look,
t-shirts and
jeans.
And then what's his name? I can't think of all their names. Trippy Red and all.
I don't even know who these people are.
And then, and then my wife didn't even know who Triple X Tentacion was until he died.
Oh, the one that died.
Yeah, so my son, he's 11, so he's into these things, and I try to monitor the things that he listens to and things like that. But I know one of my very close friends, that was his cousin. That's how I knew about him, and just thinking about the fact that these kids are
emulating this.
They are looking at these people and these rappers, and I wonder if they know the influence that they have.
But you got to think about our parents that probably thought the same thing when we was growing up listening to whatever we
were listening to. Hold on now.
My mom said, "You're not listening to none of that." I literally don't think I had. You know, you're in your mom's car, and then she has her music on.
Oh yeah.
And I spent so much, I don't remember even having a taste in music at like until I was like around 15.
Right, and it helps shape what you listen to now. But here's the thing, there's a huge difference between Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, the Hot Boys, Master P,
and what they doing now.
And then what they're doing now. There's a huge difference.
I'm happy that my son prefers old school rap. Like he was in like this NWA phase. I was like, what are you talking about? I like old school rap.
It's always going to be based off what your parents
listen
do, or what they
allow.
Because some parents don't even introduce their kids to any music, or they introduce them kids to music that I can't say what a parent should or shouldn't do because I don't have kids and I'm never going to do that. But some people let them listen to certain things that influences them early on.
Yeah, it's true. But you have to monitor as a parent. My husband is very big on listening to music that has substance.
Right.
Especially because you know your children, and my son has a really big personality. He's just all over the place, but he is very dead set on, I do this or I like this, and he'll listen to raps and he'll get really into it. Like some of the things, like Keep Your Head Up is one of his favorite songs. He likes it. I love it. I prefer that than over some of the things that we hear.
Not saying that like Triple X had some good music.
Yes.
But you have to cut through all that crap to get to the music.
Yeah, you know, that's true. And the crazy thing is, I listened to Hot 97 when they were talking about him, and it's the Ebro in the Morning show. And I'm sorry.
I'm not an Ebro fan, but
you're not.
I'm not.
So I was listening to Breakfast Club for a little while, and then I started listening to Ebro in the Morning, and I like Rosenberg.
Yeah.
I like how he thinks.
Yeah, his take on things.
His take on things is it's different, and he's very open about it and very honest about it. But anyway, he was like, you know what? People have to realize when you put certain things in the air, in the universe, you cannot be surprised when these things happen.
Yeah.
Right. So he might have been a great rapper, but the things that he talked about, the lifestyle that he lived, wasn't the greatest, right?
Now, Ludacris came out of rapping retirement.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yo, did you see?
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten, I mean, I'm not saying I hope something happens to him, but as much as he's been talking and the way he's been living, I'm surprised that
it almost did. This whole Chicago situation when you trying to tell me, I'm in Chicago right now. They're like, you ain't here, we on the block. Where you at?
Yeah,
that would have been a bad day.
Who you are and what you do maybe doesn't have beef here, active beef here, but you...
And then there's people from the areas that you go in and, you know, that could possibly feel some kind of way.
So you gotta get off this trolling train because there's so many people out here trolling and don't realize that, you were just a heartbeat away from... Like, you could be trolling somebody who lives next door. You know? Like,
it's so true. That also goes to show, like, everybody thinks, why don't we just all do our own thing? Like, be who we are and not have to worry about trolling or like just trying to emulate or be like what everybody else is doing, and you know what I mean, like it's like a whole bunch of following. Like it's like a circle of just following each other, and it's kind of sad.
These lemmings out here.
Yeah.
Remember that game? Anybody remember the game Lemmings? It was it was an old computer game, Lemmings, where you just had all these little bitty lemmings, and you could change one to do different things. So if you needed to dig, one would dig. You could set them to dig, and they would go through. But they all followed you. They fell off a cliff. They all fell off the cliff.
Yeah, who got time for that?
And that's the world we're in right now.
It's very sad, especially as a mom. I feel for I have 2 boys. I have 2 black boys, and it's one of those things where you're just like, I got to keep pouring into you, pouring into you, keep talking to you, keep guiding you. And it's amazing because my son loves me. Like today, he's like, you're really annoying, Mom, but you're a cool mom. I'm like, yes, I won. You know what I mean? So, and you look for that because at this age, 11, 12, 13, they become little weird people, you know, and it gets crazy. But then it's like, we just got to keep pouring into our kids because what's going on right now is scary. Yeah. The world we're living in, outside of entertainment, outside of all, it's just a scary, scary world. And it's like, and I can quote Kanye, we need to start leading with love. I can actually say that was one of the best things he said in that entire interview because it's 100% fact.
Right. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right here and tell everybody. So, Theda, where can everybody find you?
Oh, I mentioned earlier that I'm on Facebook, so you can find me on Facebook at Theda Shaw is my name. You can find me on, what's my Instagram? Instagram is Theda_Nyree. I'm on Snapchat at ThedaNyree, and I'm on Twitter at Your Mom's a Hoe. _ And I'm on Tumblr at MsTheda.
Wow. That was a good one.
I have different personalities for all of my socials.
We weren't ready.
Where can we find you?
My personal Instagram is I am Miss M.R.S. Sherbin Fox, and my business page is A Second Chance 3_, and Facebook Petra Sherbin Fox. Twitter, I think is A Second Chance. It shows how much I use it. But yeah.
All right, everybody. Y'all know y'all can find me on, you can find the podcast at For the Culture on both Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me at The Distinguished Gent or The Conscious Gent on Twitter. And you can also follow my photography page at D_Linson_photography. And yo, this is it for the show today. So everybody, we want to just leave y'all with the message of be who you are. Quit playing around on Twitter and on Facebook and social media. Just be honest with who you are.
Stop clout chasing.
Yo.
Yes, and even if you're sitting alone, stand. You know what I mean? Stand and be firm in what you believe in. It will take you farther than anything else will in life. For real.
All right, so,
definitely.
All right, y'all. So peace out this time. We'll see y'all again for the next episode. And hopefully I have the same 2 co-hosts with me.
Hey.
Take a picture, man.